It is a Champions League week. Teams will be going fiercely against each other to ascertain who makes their way into the round of 16. Welcome to the Monday Show. Thanks truly for always riding with us. My name is Kindo. Welcome to the show, Chike.
Thank you very much. Welcome, guys, to the Monday show.
So it's a 16 team, two leg tie at the end of the day. 8 teams will progress into the round of 16. Let's begin with the game between Galatasaray versus Juventus. What's your prediction in that game?
Yeah, it's going to be tough for Juventus.
Mm.
Juventus have been very, very inconsistent this season.
Indeed.
Galatasaray, on the other hand, have been strong, really strong at home.
Mm.
I think they've only lost one in the past 11 Champions League fixtures at home. So they're a really strong side. It's going to be very, very noisy. You always know that the crowd there in Galatasaray in Istanbul, always noisy over there.
Yeah.
Even in their local leagues, it's always noisy at home. So you expect a very, very rowdy stadium today. It's going to be very difficult for Juventus without Vlahovic, who is sidelined. On the other hand, for Galatasaray, they have Victor Osimhen, Sane, and they have a whole lot of top players that can turn up today and help them, at least put them a foot ahead in the knockout. So I definitely think Galatasaray wins today. I think they win by a large margin. I think by 3-0.
3-0.
Yeah.
Well, indeed. I also don't think Juventus are a match for Galatasaray, considering their recent lack of consistent form, even in their local league. They've not been up and doing. It's always cold and hot. While Galatasaray, on the other hand, have been firing from all cylinders. The like of Osimhen, Icardi, they they pick up they pick up good form and they've been delivering game in, game out. So I think it's a time where Galatasaray will show substance. We want to get that comfortable win, regardless of what's going to happen in the returning leg. So I also think they're going to win, but perhaps they will concede a goal. I mean, it should be a 3-1 win for Galatasaray at home.
Okay. Yeah. It's likely. Considering the goal is like I was just thinking about the fact that Juve are not really scoring. They have Vlahovic sidelined. I'm looking at that team and see who can make the difference now. Yildiz, yes, he's good, but you don't really expect much from a young lad. I know he has been helping out Juventus a lot this season, but it's going to be very, very tough. Oh, let's see as it goes.
Yeah, let's see how it opens. Then let's move on from there and take a look at, should I say, the most talked about or a game that everyone is looking forward to, Benfica versus Real Madrid.
Yeah, massive game. Massive game for both clubs currently, moving on from the earlier fixture in the group stage. Madrid right now, I think they'll be looking for blood. They are hot. Yeah, Madrid are
like a wounded lion.
Yeah. They have been hot, and I think they want to, revenge, and not just a minor revenge. I think they want to show that they just made a mistake losing, that game.
Indeed.
So, but Benfica still unbeaten in the past 5 games now in their league. Mourinho doing great with that team, and I just think they will believe in themselves. The first leg is at home, so they will believe that if they can win the game, just like they did in the group stage, then they have a very, very high chance of going to the next stage. It's just about believing in themselves. I know that definitely the crowd will be behind them. It's going to be very, very noisy in the stadium tomorrow. So I think it's an advantage always for any team to have their home crowd behind them. So I think it's going to be a tight one, to be honest. Madrid are also in form. They've not lost. They've won their past 5 games. In the league and cup.
So.
Yeah, which kind of gives Arbeloa some acclaim, to his position as Madrid's coach. So It's going to be tight. I think, but I think Benfica will win. I just feel that.
Well, I give it to Mourinho. He have the onions, have what it takes to cause to do whatever he did in the first half. I mean, in the first meeting against Real Madrid, no one expected that, but he did it. But I don't think, considering the Real Madrid boys, they know what it takes to win in the Champions League. So I think they will go all out against. It should be a revenge for them. They'll go rampage against the
Mm,
Benfica side. It should be a 3-0 win for Real Madrid.
okay.
Mm. Now let's move on from that game and take a look at Borussia Dortmund versus Atalanta.
Yeah, the two most chaotic teams
Mm.
in Europe. It's going to be there's going to be a goal fest. I think I predict that there will be between 6 to 8 goals in the game. It's going to be yeah, it's going to be a very lively encounter.
Mm,
Dortmund are in form. More than I think they are now on 5 wins in a row or
mm.
so in the league, just close to Bayern. So I think they are firing. They are in good form in the right time of the season. Atalanta, you cannot discount them anywhere, whether home or away. They are always willing to fight for something, and you are almost guaranteed that they will score. So I think Borussia Dortmund, with the backing of their fans, I just feel that they will have too much today. Although it will be a very narrow victory for them, 4-3.
4-3. See lots of goals in that
Yeah,
game.
yeah, there will be lots of goals in the
Mm.
game.
I also see advantage Borussia Dortmund, considering that Atlanta recently saw the exit of one of their best players, person of Lookman, who left to join Atletico Madrid. So I think Borussia Dortmund have an edge over them, definitely. So they're good. So I'm not seeing many goals as you're seeing. I just feel it's going to be a 2-0 win for Borussia Dortmund in that game.
Okay.
Mm. Now let's move on from there and see Monaco versus PSG, a French business or a
Yeah, yeah,
French.
an all French encounter.
Mm,
They are very, very familiar with themselves.
mm,
Tactically, they know all about themselves this season. Both games ending in a draw so far in their domestic league. I don't think it will be any different now. PSG has been poor this season. You expect so much from PSG given what they offered last season, but it
indeed.
just sense that they have they poured so much last season that they are not able to replicate it this season. So Monaco, on the other hand, they are doing well in the league, and I just think they will match PSG's energy and desire today as well. If they might even want it more, but I just think they will match it. So I predict a draw, the same result they have played this
In the
season
last couple.
already. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So 1-1 draw.
1-1 draw.
Mm. Well, I don't think Monaco will be able to replicate that. When I say replicate, I mean being able to get a draw again against a PSG. So I understand that recently PSG are not being, up and doing. Their last game, they lost it. They're even 1 point behind league leaders Lens now in the domestic league. But when it comes to the Champions League, they're the defending champions. I think the boys will want it more. We did it last. I think it was they still last season they qualified through the knockout stage, so they didn't qualify directly to the round of.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so I think they know what it takes to qualify from this stage. So the boys should be extra motivated to considering that they're being open, on and off. They should bring the heat to Monaco side, which they are very used to, and get a clean win against them to put them in a better position to qualify to the round of 16. So I'm seeing PSG getting a 3-1 win over Monaco. It's not going to be a draw affair anymore. It should
Okay.
be a straight win for PSG in that game. Now let's move on quickly and take a look at Newcastle United with Carabao.
Yeah, it's when you see it on paper, you think it's a straightforward victory for
Mm,
Newcastle, but there are so many factors, especially the lengthy trip to Azerbaijan. It's going to, I think, it's about 5,000 miles or so.
mm.
So you have to account for jet lag, how tired the players will be, and also for Karabakh, how prepared their fans will be as well, because it's a big stadium and you expect a huge crowd, standing behind their players and giving their all to at least put them at some kind of advantage. to reach the next stage of the competition. So yeah, Newcastle need the win. Definitely they are favorites, but I just think some factors might play against them
Mm,
today. So I predict a 1-1 draw today.
mm. 1-0 draw. Well, you rightly mentioned about travel distance, home advantage, and all of that. I understand, but I still think the Newcastle side holds advantage against Carabasa because looking at this Newcastle that just pick up from recently, winning their last game against um, Aston Villa, I think they want to get it done against Carabao in the first leg, even if it's a 1-0 or 2-1 win in their home ground, so that when it comes to England, they can just tighten things up and progress into the round of 16. So regardless of travel distance or whatever, I think the Carabao side is no match to Newcastle that should get a straight win against them. 2-1 win for Newcastle in that game.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's see the fairy tale guys. The one that caused a havoc against City, Bodo Glimt against Inter Milan this time around.
Yeah, it's a tricky game for Inter Milan.
Mm,
They've already seen what Bodo Glimt have done against Manchester City.
indeed.
So they are looking at that game and they are saying we cannot be relaxed. We cannot underestimate these people.
Mm,
See what they've done. We have to go to that game and finish them off as early as we can and be very, very professional about it. So they have more quality. Inter Milan, they have more quality. They have more strength. They have basically everything over Bodo Glimt.
mm.
I don't think the weather will play any key role. Yes, it's going to be cold and all that, but I don't think it's going to play any key role. I just think if Inter are their best and don't look down on Bodo,
Mm.
they get an easy win. I predict a 3-0 win for Inter Milan.
3-0 winning for Inter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also think just like you said about not downgrading a Body Glimpse side, if that mentality does not sell them out, definitely I expect Inter to go all out against Body Glimpse. That their fairy tale head this thing in the Champions League.
Yeah.
I don't see them doing it against an Inter Milan side. So it should be an easy, not maybe not easy, but I think Inter definitely has have the day for me. It should be a 3-1 win for Inter Milan in that game. And let's move on from Body Glim and take a look at Club Brugge. That's a very inconsistent Atletico de Madrid side.
Yes, Atletico Madrid have been very inconsistent
Mm,
in the past few games now. You expect them to win against Club Brugge. They are overwhelming favorites, but when you look at their form and how inconsistent they can be, you
mm,
have like some doubts about it. Everything about Atletico winning usually depends on the tactical setup of the opposite team.
mm,
If they sit back a lot or they have the ball a lot, it's really, really difficult for Atletico to kind of break them or create opportunities for goals. So I think if Club Brugge really sits back against Atletico, it will be very difficult for them, very difficult for them. But I just think they will have so much more. You have players like Alvarez, Lukman that can break any defensive line with a brilliant shot or a very, very good dribble,
mm.
very direct players. So I think, yeah, all things being equal, they will win against Club Brugge 2-0.
2-0.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have loved to go with you on that, giving Atletico a straight win, but I'm not just sure about them because the inconsistency is just too much. It's unpredictable. You cannot, even though on paper they look like a better side, which rightly so they should have gone away to Club Brugge, who are not so much of a big team to get a win. But I don't think with the way they've been playing recently, on and off, I just feel like it's going to be a draw. They could score goals, but at the end of the day, they will not be able to grab a win away at Club Bridge. Should be 2-2 in that game, I think so.
Okay.
Mm. So now let's move to the last game of the round of in the knockout stage for competing for the round of 16 now. Olympiacos playing against Bayern Leverkusen.
Yeah, Bayer Leverkusen have recovered from a very poor start to the
Mm,
season. I after the start of the season, I didn't envision that they'll be where they are, but they've recovered brilliantly. Also managed to scale to the next stage of the Champions League. That's the knockout. So, well done to them. Olympiacos also very good. Have been doing well, and the Champions League moving on to the next stage as well. Very important for them. Um, you could say it's maybe the least interesting fixture we have this for these knockout stages. But I just think it's it's not a game many people are looking forward to. I think it's a draw, to end in a draw. Yes, the Olympiacos Stadium will expect so many, so a lot of crowd, a lot of fans, building up to the game and also projecting some sort of energy to their team. But I just think Leverkusen have really done well to recover and to be in this stage at this particular time of the season. So I just feel to end in a draw, a nil draw.
Nil.
Yeah.
Well, I actually saw 1-1 goal. 1-1. I also saw a draw. I'm thinking it's going to be a goal game. 1-1 for me.
Okay.
Yeah, because looking at that Leverkusen team that, as you said, they recently recovered from, whatever that was happening with them. But I think their lack of form the beginning of the season was because of the exit of lots of their star players that left the club. But they've managed to get themselves back, and they're now doing good things for themselves. But I still feel Olympiacos is also a very good side. They can't just go away to Greek and get a win against Greek giants like Olympiacos, so it should be a 1-1 draw for me. Now, before we close in on the show, I want to get a tick. Even before the games are being played, I want you to give me which of the teams you think will proceed to the round of 16. Let's start with Galatasaray versus Juventus. Who proceeds for you?
Galatasaray for me.
Galatasaray. Yeah, I also think Galatasaray. Benfica versus Real Madrid.
Benfica.
No, I mean, who is going to
Yeah,
proceed?
Benfica. I think Benfica proceeds to the next stage.
Okay, that's funny, but I didn't see that coming. Well, Real Madrid for me, definitely. Dortmund was Atlanta.
Dortmund will proceed.
Dortmund. I go with Dortmund as well. Now Monaco versus PSG.
Monaco proceeds.
Okay. I think PSG proceeds. Carabao versus Newcastle.
Newcastle.
Newcastle indeed for me too. Body Glimt, Inter Milan.
Milan.
Definitely Inter for me too. Then Club Brugge was Atletico de Madrid.
Atletico.
Atletico it is for me too. Olympiacos Leverkusen.
Leverkusen.
Leverkusen. Well, I think Leverkusen have an edge over Olympiacos. I go with Leverkusen as well. So there you have it, the prediction for the Champions League. Let's see how it all pans out at the end of the day. We'll see. We're expecting 8 teams to proceed to the round of 16. And perhaps maybe your favorite team is on the list here. I see Real Madrid and the likes of them. Hopefully, your favorite team proceed to the round of 16. Thanks so much for always keeping tabs on us. Really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like, and possibly share, and follow us on other social media platforms. Thank you so much for always being there. I appreciate you. TK.
Thank you, guys, and see you next time. Bye.
Bye for now.